Well, to answer the question, I think it depends on an individual. Whereas in this whole world, you find other people who would use it to oppress females, and then you'd find people who would use it to do good. Yeah, exactly. So it depends on an individual on how they prefer. Like,
It's not just females. That sometimes they're even just trying to oppress people, man. They're using their power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it depends on an individual.
The way it makes sense to me is that masculinity is just an energy, but it depends on the person and how they use it.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, and what they use it for. So they can use it for good, or they can use it for bad.
Yeah.
So it completely depends on the person. It doesn't make masculinity toxic.
Okay.
It just means that there are toxic people in the world.
Exactly. I think you got it.
Okay. I'll wait.
Well, I don't believe like the word is toxic, but I believe the person using it can be abusive and then make it toxic. And many people look at the toxic part of masculinity, which, I mean, it's like feminism. Masculinity and feminism are just two dominant.
It's two energies, basically.
Yeah, it's two energies. So it like people only look at the toxic and it's what's prevailing now. But
do you know what's surprising to me is that there's this big craze on toxic masculinity. But if there's toxic masculinity, then there should also be toxic femininity, yeah?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
well, I don't want to enter that space now, but I don't want to be that guy. But right now, I'm not saying that toxic masculinity is good. I think it's a bad thing, but it's all subjective to the person.
Subjective to the person, okay.
Yeah, that's me. Cool.
Shut, bro.
Alright. I reckon it isn't. I think that people should just like embrace who they are. And if you're a really negative person that tries to control other people and stuff, then you just go work on yourself. So I wouldn't go to put it like on an individual, man or woman. I would just say, a toxic person's a toxic person. And if you are toxic, try work on yourself. That's pretty much it.
I don't believe that it's toxic, but I believe the people makes it toxic because
So you believe it's the people that make it toxic?
Yes, I believe it's
in which way do they make the masculinity toxic?
The pressure that we put on one another. Yes.
Okay.
Because it's not normal to put pressure on each other.
Yeah, you agree that sometimes pressure is good.
Good, but also comes to the way we pressurize.
Okay.
We put the pressure on each other.
So in essence, you agree that it's not necessarily masculine energy that is toxic. It's the people and how they portray their masculinity can become toxic.
100%.
Okay.
That is true.
So we're coming back to that.
We're coming back to the point that it's the people that polluting the whole.
Why do you think they're polluting it? if you have an answer for that.
I don't think I have an answer for that, like on top of my head right now. I think I just have to now think again.
Sure.
But yeah.
Okay, let's go.
No, I don't think masculinity is toxic because there's a lot of positive things that come out of masculinity and having masculine traits such as protection and providing and assertiveness, which is ground level masculinity, and all of that is positive. So I don't think masculinity is toxic at all.
Could you give me an example of someone who's masculine and doing positive things that comes to your mind?
Comes to my mind, I don't want to say Andrew Tate or something like that, because that's like,
there's fine lines. Yeah.
That's the guy that I think maybe people are saying is the figurehead for toxic masculinity. But even him, I don't think, because even he is doing positive things, he's encouraging a lot of people. But yeah, so I'd say him, and a lot of actors and stuff like that who in movies they have very masculine traits and things like that. Michael B. Jordan or athletes or something like that. I think those are examples
of healthy masculinity. In a way, I mean, everyone has their faults and flaws, obviously. So you'll never get like an ideal masculine man, you'll just get people trying their best to be themselves, in a sense. You know, if they're a man, they're just trying to be the best man that they can be, in a sense, with their faults and flaws, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hey peeps, thank you very much for tuning into this video. I hope you liked it. If you have anything to share, any opinions, any thoughts, any comments, anything, any ways I can improve on my videos or anything like that, any questions you would like me to ask, please don't feel scared to drop a comment down below. And yeah, let me know if you liked the video, let me know if you didn't. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think masculinity is toxic? While I was recording this video, I don't obviously get to record every conversation I have, because some people aren't open to being on camera, or they just want to share their opinion, they don't want to be recorded, and that's perfectly okay with me. But the depth of the conversations that I had with some people, not on the camera but just in person, while I was asking them these questions, was super deep. We got into topics of conversation like gender roles and how they see the world going forward, because things are changing now drastically. There's so many different genders in the world, and how are we gonna work with this, you know, providing a structure for society so that it can function properly, and also being open to all these new different avenues coming in and trying to make it all work together. And yeah, so it was really deep and really expansive for myself. I was challenged in a lot of the ways that I think. I have a bit of a traditional way of seeing things when it comes to gender roles, and for me that works, you know. For me, that's what provides me with structure and stability in my life. It's just having a bit more traditional view of things. And so yeah, it was challenging, that people were challenging me in a good way, in a healthy way, to help me expand my mind, and I was also challenging them through my questions. And coming back to the question, do I personally believe that masculinity is toxic? And my firm, straightforward answer is no, I do not. I do believe, like many of the people said in the video, that there are toxic people out there, and they may be a man, they may be masculine, but that doesn't make masculinity toxic. That just makes that person toxic. And I believe that we should withdraw ourselves from thinking that all masculinity is toxic, because it's helping, and it's helped the world get to where it is in a lot of ways. Men have done a lot for the world in today's day and age. I'm not saying all of it's good, but we have definitely paved the way forward, and that comes from our masculine energy, the energy to lead, the energy to provide, to protect, to be assertive, and to make something happen, you know. So I believe that there's a lot of positivity that comes from masculinity. And again, I think that there are obviously certain people who have used their energy and the power that they were given, or their influence, for negative things, and those are those people. That is not the entirety of men in the world, and that's not the entirety of masculinity. There are a lot of men, and there will be a lot of men stepping up, especially with all the positive influences that are coming out now for masculinity. And so we will see more men stepping up and doing good things, I'm hoping. I know I am stepping up in my own ways, and I'm hoping that more men will step up in their own ways too. And also women. I mean, I'm not against women stepping up and making changes in the world. So yeah, I do not believe that masculinity is toxic.